Lovely work this week's Lost and Found, Jeff.
This one took us to Jersey in the Channel Islands. Nigel Stafford has a lifelong dream.
All I want to do is sit down and have a beer with my father. It'd be like winning the lottery to me, sitting down having a beer with my father.
On the surface, it's a simple wish, but Nigel hasn't seen his dad, Robin, for 35 years.
I missed out on doing normal things that lads do with their dad. Is going to football matches, going to the park, going swimming, going fishing.
2 years ago, Nigel left the UK to start a new life in Sydney with his second wife, Christine. He also left behind any hope of seeing his father.
I started searching because I know how much my family mean to me, and to meet Nigel, who had never experienced what it was like to be part of a family, I felt so sorry for him, and I knew that it was a huge part of his life that was missing, something that is everything to me.
Nigel was just 7 when his dad, a gym instructor in the Navy, left home.
I always remember before he left, him saying goodnight and stroking my head so that I'd fall asleep. When he actually left for the last time, it was just as if it was normal, him going away. I expected him to come back 6 months later bearing gifts from overseas, but it never happened.
Life was about to change completely for Nigel. With his parents separated, his mother became too ill to care for the family. So Nigel and his brother Darren were sent to a children's home.
Even though you were in a place with 50 other children, you still felt very lonely. It made me feel, what have I done wrong? Is it my fault? Is it something I've done?
At 16, Nigel followed his dad into the Navy. Ironically, they served on the same ships and both took up boxing.
I used to get jealous of my friends when they'd go weekend in the forces. They'd come back, what did you do at the weekend? I went out and had a beer with my dad.
Nigel's mother passed away from a long illness, and his brother took his own life. So Christine has been even more determined to find out what happened to Nigel's dad. With all other avenues exhausted, she lodged their details on a family reunion website.
I was in the bedroom, I believe, and Chris was in the kitchen, and all of a sudden she screamed. I wondered what was going on. I said, what's up? And she said, I've found your father. Yes, I am Robin John Stafford that you mentioned in your message. I am Nigel's father, and a day does not go by without me thinking about him. There's tears rolling down my cheeks when I first read it, and I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It was just like winning the lottery, really, to know that he was still around and that he'd been thinking about me.
Nigel was always in my mind, wondering where he was, what he was doing, and hoping that one day, we would meet up again.
Robin's almost 70 years old and living with his wife Rosemary in Jersey in the UK Channel Islands. He too has spent years trying to find his son.
Because I was in the service and I had service commitments, so I had to say goodbye to him, I feel guilty that I left him where I should have been there for him in the years that he was young and everything else, and I thought, how's he going to accept me? And believe you me, the guys were wonderful. He accepted me just straight away. And his dad is, that was it, screaming dad down the phone.
For the past year, Nigel and Robin have spoken on the phone every week. Although their relationship as father and son has grown, it has made the distance between them all the more apparent.
I need to see him face to face, in the flesh, because we've emailed, we've spoken on the phone. I've got a photograph of him, but to see him face to face is closure, I guess, to show it's real.
So Christine decided to write one more letter, this time to the Can We Help team.
All Nigel has ever wanted since being a young man in the Navy was to have a pint with his dad, just like all his mates did. Can you please help us make this happen?
After hearing their story, we simply couldn't refuse. So we arranged for Nigel to fly to the UK to meet his dad for the first time in 35 years.
The main thing that I want to do with him is give him a hug, and I want to show him that I really mean that it's water under the bridge. The past is the past. Now we live for the future.
I never in my dreams thought I'd ever meet him again. It was very difficult for me because I loved the guy, I loved him. He was a lovely little fella, and to leave him just broke my heart, really, To see him now when he's this age, it's going to be very hard. Begin to hit me now, really.
So emotional, it's unbelievable. I know he's going to break down. He is going to break down. But he feels, as I said, he feels guilty. For being there so long.
He is. I feel wonderful. Seeing him now, terrific.
His dad, I can have a pint now with him. That's all I wanted to do. It's a long time, eh? It's a long time. Absolutely. I didn't think it'd ever happen.
No, I didn't think so either, and it's a hell of a lot, and always sort of been there with you, But like you say,
That's life, things happen.
Yeah.
But now, as you say, we've got to go on and move forward.
we will make up for it now.
Yeah.
We'll make up for it now. Don't worry. This will be the best beer I've ever had in my life.
There you go. Cheers.
Many more.
I think that is a little story about the power of forgiveness.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Kate. Well, that is it for another week. Keep the emails and letters coming.